Let's continue where we left yesterday. Today we will be discussing this shloka. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna recommends this process of knowledge. Which process of knowledge? Knowledge which is coming in disciplic succession. This process of parampara. Because if we hear in parampara, then it is same as hearing directly from Krishna. And Krishna himself is telling this in Bhagavad Gita. Let's recite the shloka. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo viduhu sakale nahamahata yogo nashtah parantapa. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo viduhu sakale nahamahata yoginashtah parantapa. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo viduhu sakale nahamahata yoginashtah parantapa. So in this shloka, let's see what Krishna is telling. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. Now, very amazing thing one should understand that this knowledge is for saintly kings. It is clearly mentioned in this shloka that the saintly kings understood it in that way. So now see our fortune. This knowledge, saintly king means who are very much intelligent. Only intelligent person, intelligent means not materialistic intelligence, but the purity of heart. So saintly kings, this knowledge is for those people who are intelligent, who are able to grab this knowledge nicely. And this knowledge is coming to us. So see the great fortune. This knowledge is for saintly kings and it is coming to us also by Krishna's arrangement. Now can you see it's direct arrangement of Krishna. It is not something which is coincidence or happening by chance. No, it is direct arrangement of Sri Krishna that we are getting this opportunity to take this knowledge. Formerly, knowledge was passed down by great saintly kings who were the authorities. In previous ages, however, these kings were rishis, great learned scholars and devotees. Yes, so king doesn't mean that who is so much absorbed in sense gratification, eating so much of food, sleeping, not working. No, saintly means who are rishis, great learned scholars and devotees of the Lord. And because they were not ordinary men, the government which they headed worked very nicely. So one should not compare those kings by modern kings, so-called modern kings, because they are actually not devotees. They are so much absorbed in sense gratification. Saintly kings means who are learned scholars and who are devotees of Lord. And as they are devotees of Lord, that's why their heart is pure. And that's why it is easy for them to understand this knowledge. There are many instances in Vedic civilization of kings who attained perfection as devotees of God. For example, Dhruv Maharaj went to the forest to search out God, and by practice of severe penance and austerity, found God within 6 months. Now, definitely, our level is not of Dhruv Maharaj that we go in jungle and we do lots of tapasya, We don't consume anything. We don't drink anything. So in the initial days, Dhruv Maharaj was only consuming fruits. Then later, as time passed, he was only consuming water. Then later, when time passed, he was only surviving on air, just breathing. That's it. And totally absorbed in meditation to Krishna. So, and that's why he was able to get Krishna in just 6 months. But you see, now, we are not told to do such sacrifices. We are like nicely, we are sitting in our homes, we are consuming prasadam, we are attending classes online. We don't have to even step out to hear about Krishna. We can easily do it from our houses, homes. So, this is really very amazing. Although he was only a 5-year-old prince with a very delicate body, he was successful because he followed the directions of his spiritual master, Narada. So, in yesterday class, also, we discussed in afternoon class that we have to follow all those instructions, we have to follow all those uh, austerities which are being told by our spiritual master. We don't have to even speculate in this also that okay, I have to practice some sacrifices, some austerity, so I will do it by myself. No, we have to do it. One should do it in the guidance of spiritual master only. Spiritual master means Brahmanic Guru Maharaj. Because some people you will see they they just put fire around them and they just sit in a circle of fire, and not in winters, they do it in scorching hot summers, or in winters they'll just go and jump into ice water and they will sit there for long. So such austerities does not please Krishna. Our intention is to please Krishna. So like devotees often ask this thing about diet, that do you consume this, do you consume that, do you consume milk, do you consume ghee, butter, etc., etc., or are you completely following sattvic lifestyle? So I tell them same thing, that I consume Krishna prasadam. Now that can be anything, that can be either milk, butter, anything, because my intention or our intention is not to become vegan or fruitarian or something like that. Our motive is not that. Our motive is to put our bodies fit. That's it. So that we may perform our spiritual devotional activities nicely. So our goal should be clear, that our goal is to please Krishna and not to you know trap ourselves, to bound ourselves in certain designations. We don't have to do it that. Our only intention is to please Krishna. That's it. So, yes, he was successful because he followed the directions of his spiritual master. That's why he was successful. So, if one really want to be successful in this journey, then he should follow the instructions of spiritual master. The first month, Dhruv Maharaj was in the forest. He simply ate some fruits and vegetables once every 3 days. So, okay, fruits and vegetables also, he was not consuming it regularly. He was doing it once in 3 days, and drank a little water every 6 days. He finally restricted his inhalation of air and stood for 6 months on one leg only. After he executed these severe austerities for half a year, God became manifest before him, eye to eye. See, very amazing thing Prabhuji was telling about this only. If you are observing that Krishna is not reciprocating with you, then you really need to check that are you practicing your devotional services nicely, or it is just a duplicity. This you have to check, because it is not possible that if you are following the process and you are not experiencing any reciprocation from Krishna, this is next to impossible. I have not heard from anyone yet, whoever they are practicing, whatever, like at whatever level they are able to practice Krishna consciousness, but they always tell that, yeah, they are experiencing transformations, they are experiencing reciprocations. So it is not possible that if you are practicing Krishna consciousness, Krishna will definitely reciprocate. After he execute, yes, okay. So it is not necessary for us to practice such severe austerities, but simply by following in the footsteps of Vedic authorities, we also can see God eye to eye. Now, I also did one mistake like few weeks ago. I was researching something on raw diet. Means I was planning that I just want to get rid of all these extra cooking and stuff. I just want to consume little and I want to survive like that only. And I want to practice more and more Krishna consciousness. I was thinking like this. But it didn't work for me, because when I was following that raw diet, so I was kind of forgotten this thing that my intention is to please Krishna and not to become a, like whatever, a raw dietitian. But I was just focused on that only, that I have to do this, I have to do that. I really forgot this thing, that I thought of following this diet so that I may follow my Krishna consciousness schedule very, very nicely. But things were not working like that. Instead, the devotional services which I was practiced, that also I was not able to do nicely. So I shared this thing with Prabhuji. So he told this thing only, that even Prabhupada was consuming normal food. He was not following any raw diet or vegan diet or whatever. He was also consuming normal food, and he has also instructed us to consume normal food only. So we don't have to focus on these external things much. Just live a simple life. Focus should be to please Krishna. And Krishna is not pleased if we are consuming raw diet or vegan diet. Krishna is only pleased that we are consuming his remnants. Of course, the diet which I was following, I was offering it to Krishna, definitely. But yeah, Krishna is pleased that we chant his glories and we preach his glories to others. We hear about him. This is what pleases Krishna very much. So, this should be clear, that whatever we are doing, our intention is to please Krishna and not to trap ourselves in certain designations. So, yes, same Prabhupada is telling here that it is not necessary for us to practice such severe austerities. that you consuming raw food or something like that. But simply by following in the footsteps of Vedic authorities, we also can see God eye to eye. The vision of God is the perfection of life. Now, right now, also, vision of God means that seeing Krishna's hand in everything we are doing, in whatever we are doing. Are we able to see Krishna's hand in that? We should practice things like that. Just like today, I woke up around 3 a.m. So I was thanking Krishna. Yesterday also, I slept and I just prayed Krishna that Krishna, please wake me up at 3 a.m. today. So today I was able to wake up at 3 a.m. So I was thanking Krishna. So just like this, like I'm trying to do this, you should also try to do this. That whatever in your day you are doing, just like people often make accountability partners, to accountability partners, so that they may inspire them or encourage them to follow certain process. So same way, I was thinking that let's make Krishna our accountability partner. That whatever we are doing, we just simply have to tell it to Krishna or pray to Krishna that Krishna, I want to do this. Please bless me that I may be able to do this. Or Krishna, please help me. I want to do this. I may be able to do this. Like this. Always you just talk to Krishna, and you will see Krishna will make things easy for you, because Krishna also want that we talk to him, we pray to him, we plead to him. Krishna really want this from us. So wherever, whatever difficulties you are facing, we all know this, that supreme controller is Krishna. Krishna is controlling everything. But then also Krishna wants us that we plead to him. We just completely depend ourselves, we just completely surrender ourselves to Krishna. This is what Krishna wants from us. We don't take any anxiety or stress. We just give everything to Krishna. This is what Krishna wants. And it is really actually amazing that you are giving all your burden to Krishna. I don't want to handle anything, Krishna. You please, you take, you help. You give me intelligence, that how may I be able to handle things nicely. You bless me with intelligence. So, whatever, even if you are cooking, you just ask to Krishna that Krishna, I want to make something for you. Please bless me that I may be able to make it nicely. Or whatever, if you are going for, like if you are going somewhere, then also you can pray from Krishna, like this. Like whatever you are doing, you always talk to Krishna before starting that particular thing. Like when you start your chanting, then before starting, you may just pray from Krishna. The Krishna consciousness process is based on austerity, but it is not very difficult. There are restrictions governing eating and sex life. Only prasadam, food first offered to Krishna, is taken, and sex is restricted to married life. And there are other regulations which facilitate and foster spiritual realization. So, process is very simple. Whatever you are consuming, you first offer it to Krishna nicely. Very amazing thing I want to share regarding this topic. Like from few days, I had this confusion in my doubt that whether we should consume dairy or not, whether we should consume cow's milk or not. Because Prabhupada ji never told us to follow vegan life, that you just quit drinking cow's milk and you just focus on plant-based diet, etc., etc. In fact, Prabhupada ji tells this thing that anyone who does not consume cow's milk, it is not possible for him to progress in his spiritual life. This is what Prabhupada ji told. So, like, I asked many devotees about this, but I was not getting like satisfied answer. I was not satisfied with their whatever they were telling. So now I asked 𝗃𝗃𝗵𝗵 Mataji. She is disciple of Srila Prabhupada ji only. So I just asked her that Mataji, should we consume dairy or not? So she said that we should definitely consume cow's milk, cow, that cow which is being worshipped like our own mother. We all know this, that we should consume that milk. That milk is actually a blessing. So then doubt came that what if we don't find cruelty free milk? Like dairy should be definitely avoided because that is not milk, that is just chemical. Dairy should definitely be avoided. But even if you are not getting milk from, like cruelty free milk from the cows, then also you should take it and you should offer it to Krishna. Because see, this is the time of Kali Yuga, and it is not possible that we may get pure things in this age. But when we offer it to Krishna, then it becomes pure. So, this offering process makes the food stuff pure. This is one reason that we should not consume anything before offering it to Krishna, otherwise, it will be a reason of bondage to this material world. But another reason is that anything which we see, the food items, it is not pure, because you will see that even the vegetables or fruits which we are getting, then possibility is definitely there that the insects may die, or when the farmers they are doing some kind of harvesting or whatever, then also possibility is there that insects may die at that time. So that's why it is important that we offer food to Krishna before consuming it. And that's why Krishna himself is telling, otherwise, it is just sin. You are consuming sin if you are not offering it to me, to Krishna. So, yes, whatever we offer to Krishna, it spiritualizes. So, even that milk, those cows, even if they are suffering, those cows, if they are suffering, but if we offer that cow's milk to Krishna, then Krishna is so merciful that Krishna will bestow his mercy to even those cows. And they will also go back to Godhead. So many things are very subtle. And this point was really amazing. I never ever thought like this. That even if we stopped consuming cow's milk or whatever milk, then also these things will go on. Is it not? So better that whatever milk we are getting, cow's milk also, we offer it to Krishna, and Krishna is so merciful, Krishna will bestow his mercy to even those cows. If you are getting milk from a worshipable cow, then that is very nice. But if it's not like that, then we may do this. So this was one thing which I wanted to share. Okay, moving forward now. It is not possible in these days to imitate Dhruv Maharaj, but by following certain Vedic principles, we can make advancement in spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness. As we advance, we become perfect in knowledge. What is the use in becoming a scientist or a philosopher if we cannot say what our next life will be? A realized student of Krishna consciousness can very easily say what his next life is, what God is, what the living entity is, and what his relationship with God is. His knowledge is perfect because it is coming from perfect books of knowledge such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So you will see as we are gaining this knowledge, it is like we have clear vision that whatever hard work we are doing in this material world for other people or for the sake of this body or whatever, it is complete waste of time. If we are not putting Krishna in center, if we are not doing something for Krishna, then whatever other things we are doing which are not in relation to Krishna, indirectly also, then that is completely waste of time. There is no use of becoming a great scientist or a philosopher or whatever designation. There is no use of earning any fame or lots of money, whatever things which we were assuming earlier that we should earn these things, then only we will have a successful life. These were all illusion, is it not? But now, as we are gaining this knowledge, our vision is clear. That purpose of life is to please Krishna. We have got this human form of life for this purpose only. And there is no scope of hazy consciousness for this. Because it's not like we are blindly following the things and we are just following it for the sake of following. That's it. We ourselves can observe very nicely that how our lives are transforming, how we are able to see life which ordinary people can't see. They are just troubling, they are just depressing, they are just struggling with their lives. Struggle is there in devotees' life also, but it's just our perception has changed now, and we do not get affected from external factors, external things much. Very amazing thing, Prabhuji was telling this thing that all these struggles comes even in devotees' life so that we may be committed towards our goal. We may stay committed that our purpose is to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. So we just be more and more committed towards this goal. And you will see that whatever struggles comes in our life, it is making us more strong and we are becoming more fixed in our spiritual life, is it not? So this is really very amazing that we don't have any other plan for tomorrow. Same thing which we are doing today. We will wake up tomorrow only, also early in the morning. We will chant our rounds. We will hear Krishna Katha. We will consume Krishna Prasadam, and like this, we will just continue our day, being Krishna conscious. So this is really very amazing. With this, we will stop our discussion here and we will continue it in our next class if Krishna is with you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.